What's your... Temerity sent word. She said you can go. I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't have much more to say. You were responsible for all this death. But I hope you don't end up the same way, too.
We need to talk. You let a mad archmage unleash death with a spell. I need to know why.
He's right, Kai. Reengrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than we do, and we know more than most others do. She found a great solution, but it came with a great cost. What more could we expect?
Do you hear yourself? You both saw what kind of person she is. The twisted little world she built for herself. If ending the Dream Scourge means handing our fate to someone like her, then perhaps it's not worth the cost.
Kai, let's be honest. None of us are walking away from this with a clean conscience. But unless someone makes the tough decisions, the Dream Scourge will kill us all. Or worse. That means living with our nightmares. Embracing them if we must.
Right. Getting killed by monsters is one thing, but turning into one...
We stand here bickering while the solution is just over the horizon. Nothing matters but the garden. Shatterscarp, even Emerald Stair. They're distractions by comparison.
If we run into Ludwig out there, it's gonna be ugly.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. And I plan on hunting her like a rat.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read?
Indeed. And death is her strength, and her weakness.
But you're saying there's a chance?
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate. Right, and the Steel Garrote is famously level-headed. Just look at Fior.
Ludwig and her Steel Garrote have the numbers and the power. But we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden. Above all else.
Ugh, that's just a pile of Sokka. You won't find a Bleste thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Page-Raku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Bleste Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will.
Well, someone's got to do something about the Dream Scourge at the very least.
And it has to be you, because a voice in your head said so. What do you know about Soppadal? How do you know you can trust them?
I hate to be the voice of reason, but we are talking about a god. There are limits to what we can even comprehend.
I have a powerful connection to my Bleste flute, but I'm not about to take orders from it.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the Envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. You're not listening to what I am telling you. I'm done here. Do whatever blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Some things really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what. I hope so. One of us should talk to him. If something's eating at him, I don't like leaving him to his thoughts.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance. Let's finish this.
Did that even hurt them? What armor you have?
Look out! Jackson, look out! Watch the left!
On the left here!
I can bring back someone to help you. Please, if you just...
It's easier when you do it.
go!
As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwine finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden through its twisted silver roots. The tower calls, and it turns, and it calls, but for the roots we go, if not for the roots. The roots say your name, envoy. They say you told them to do it. I feel I can't think straight. Body's full of roots, pulling me. You did this, didn't you? The roots try to choke the steel garrote, and we will strangle them in return. Cut them, bleed them.
Oh dear. Be careful. He might be too far gone.
Knew it! Knew it! Knew it! Roots hold you. Roots in your heart. Die. Envoy, over here.
On your right! Impressive. I'd say we're on the right track. That island. It must be the garden. So close, but yet so far.
Much as I want to get to the garden, I'm loath to swing through the... I don't think this broken bridge will help us. Didn't we read about another way into the garden, though? The other path is hidden well. I certainly don't see any way across the Acid Sea. Well, maybe the people in charge know what's going on. I doubt it, but it's worth a try.
To Solace Keep, then. Not a moment too soon. With any luck, we can outpace the steel garrote. I'll follow your lead. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss the farms. I wonder what scared these people.
Outsiders aren't permitted in Solace Keep. Turn your ass around and go back the way you came. Precisely. We don't welcome outsiders in Solace. It's a violation of Tenet 3 of Nandru's 9 creeds. No person excepting wardens of the Pargrunen shall be granted safe harbor without express permission of the Council, heretofore established by Nandru, the First Warden, or without the attestation of an established, honored Warden of the Keep. That is correct. Without the Solace Council or a warden to vouch for you, your presence in the keep is forbidden. No warden, no keep.
We really will have to drag Marius into this, won't we? The poor dear.
Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh dear. Focus on something else, dear. Like how terrible the tusks smell.
You again? I told you the first time.
Ah, Voitu Mayu. It's Cosmine. Just let me handle this.
What? Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
Oh, that would be news to me.
You're alive. You... Asshole! You show your face now? Now? We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Iancu. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an Adir and godlike, no less? No offense. What are you all doing at the ass end of the living lands anyway?
You know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. We need to speak to the council.
You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. Why, you pencil-pushing, goat-kissing little bookworm! I ought to stab you for that!
Try it, and see how quickly I forget that we both grew up here. Do you think the council will care about your promises when a death guard in her army turns Solace inside out?
Fuito, Marius. You've grown an edge since you left. I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Quickly now.
I admit it. Solace is damned impressive. Just be aware, people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls.
If it's the...
All right.
You... Duty won't feed us, Mother. Duty won't keep us from dying.
Welcome back to... I think us nailed it.
Sanctuary of Nandru. Hasn't changed a bit.
Well, that sounds like a perfect excuse to spruce things up.
understands the...
Do you think Abidon and Magna...
the outsiders! Well, exactly. To leave with only...
The council chamber is behind me.
Ready yourselves. The council's just up this lift.
Of course they have an elevator. How elevated.
If we open it, we will talk about this later. We have a guest. What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason. I doubt that. There isn't an inch of this land the Wardens do not patrol, day and night. If the Steel Garrote were here, we would know.
And if they are here, let them come. Solace has stood against worse threats for hundreds of years.
They destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for Solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer. Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you, It sounds like you have something in mind. There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy? Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, Envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face, I recognize them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru. Enough. I know you Outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the Envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed no inclination to help you. Good. Be sure of it.
Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius? Don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
And I thought Vidara was infuriating.
Envoy. I just wanted a word before you went on your way. No, indeed. I feel I owe you an apology. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help. Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath. She's a zealot. She forgets that doctrine is worth less than living. Much like your Inquisitor Ludwig, I suspect. Two sides of the same miserable coin. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me? The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation. Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarot. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care. Forget duty. Duty cannot feed our children. Duty cannot keep us safe. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sundan mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Stilgarot? Disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Stilgarot in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people. She already knows what I intend. And she doesn't care. Because she doesn't believe your empire could see us as anything but rivals. After Fior, I suspect you Adirans think of the people of the Living Lands as little more than bugs to be crushed. If you think of us at all. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. I thought you'd empathize with this more. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand. You are not the first person to have said that. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too. Of course. But need she be stopped by you? Now? In any case, the Stilgarot are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also, well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius, because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, envoy. It is definitely a possibility. The living archives contain centuries of knowledge. I wouldn't be surprised if there were clues to the garden's location in there somewhere. But I'm afraid I don't know for sure. They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
Any news on brother?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. He like...
Oh, great. You need... Ludicrous crowd, an outsider here.
But Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here.
I'm so tired of listening to you. Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind.
What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother.
Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders.
Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an Outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for, poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas. See? Even the Outlander agrees with me. Kostya means well, but he's short-sighted. Mihala knows what happens if we allow the Outlanders inside. They'll take and take and take. Soon they'll attempt to tell us our ways are wrong, that we must become like them, until nothing of us is left and we become just an appendage of some other people.
At least we'll be fed.
Enough. No more of this nonsense. Stop talking.
Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Pargrunen are done for.
I don't want to hear another word of this!
What do you think it means?
25, 26... Suck, I lost count.
Try growing up with that volcano on the horizon. You learn early on how fragile life can be.
Help! My gods, they're killing us!
Zarians. Their tracks are everywhere.
Right behind you.
Who are you, spirit? Go away. I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must.
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
The plague's corrupted the rest of us. The steel garrote. Our minds broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're not real. You can't be. No, go away, spirit.
Hey, look, it's Captain Alfear. Time has not been kind to her, has it?
Is that my name? Alfear? I've been wondering. But is it me I'm frightened of? Or her? My soul is mine. Mine, it will not be despoiled. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Wodica, by your withering gaze I bind this tricksome devil. Oh gods, it's still there. I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me. I don't want to see it.
I don't think she can be helped.
No, no. My soul is my own. I want to live.
Enjoy the pain, It's easy when you do it.
Take a moment, people.
Isakso!
hear volcanoes have all sorts of pretty flowers growing around them. I'd love some for my hair.
You asked for it! Here we go!
Wardens. All dead. The steel garrote didn't even bother hiding the bodies.
Watch yourselves! Nice work. Here they come.
Well, if you insist. How fantastically inconvenient. A cave-in.
The steel garrote left all this behind without packing up. They must have left in a hurry.
These are Pargrunen books. Just beautiful. And wasted on the steel garrote.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
You'd need powerful magic to hide something like that. And I don't think Solace has any spare archmages running around.
I suppose it's possible the path to the garden is under the keep.
Someone had to tell them.
Doesn't matter. A steel garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the steel garrote.
Whether they realize it or not.
Trespasser! She defiles our ground! Murderer! She is near!
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop me?
The time has come to take the garden.
Orders will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
They've all turned into dream thralls.
Arms up.
So here you are. Sapadal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladin's envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapadal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. Then Sapadal's danger is only outmatched by their unpredictability. What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment, or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? Keep your promise to the Emperor. Cut the Dream Scourge off at the root. Permanently.
No!
No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapadal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapadal.
Break the bars!
Right. We definitely all had input on that decision.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew it might come to this. Sapadal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. You are the key to Sapadal's prison. That isn't your fault. It merely is. And it has to end. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Watch yourself.
Well done.
Where are they coming from?
Grow up and
Back off! Coming from the camp!
Skeleton lady is down.
Their legs are tied.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
Ha! Take that! That'll teach the steel garrote to mess with us. Oh, but she has a death guard. Maybe she won't stay dead. That pulse. The pulse that changed everyone. That was from Sapadal. Have they been the source of the Dream Scourge the whole time?
I really need to lie down. Just for a minute.
Vipers in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer. They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. They eat us alive. Out! Let us out! Set us free! It is never over. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows. Not lying, no. We did not remember. We feared your judgment. We did not want to remember. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The charred queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. She called us aberration. She named us monster before we even knew what we were. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. You close your ears. We try to clear the mist. They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. We... Help us. We are alone. We cause it, but it is not our way. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. Bare the throat. This time will be different. We promise. Free us. All will be well. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the acid sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
You insist!
Well, that was fun.
Invaders in the garden!
Listen, I don't know what seems like something you might want to stop. Who
Yeah.
Who disturbed nose in the shot?
Beat them to the earth! Asked for it!
We need to leave before all of the tusks is flooded with lava.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why none.
He's not the one I'm worried about.
Sure.
Someone's
Keep
going
us
to have
gone.
to tell the
I knew it.
outpost.
You know, the moment I saw that Akira, wherever we go next, I knew it was a bad sign.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep.
Oh, Marius! Praise Abaddon! You are alive!
What's happening? Why's everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive. Unless you have come back to help us, Envoy, I don't have time for you. We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now. We told you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace? He's gone below to open the sluice gates. Nandru designed the gates to direct the lava flows away from the keep, but Forja hasn't awakened in centuries.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. I knew he was making overtures, but I didn't think he'd go that far. The ambassador has not responded to Kostya's overtures, has he? I made sure of that when I threw the ambassador's replies in the forge fire. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava. You do not share my beliefs nor my love for my people. But you carry within you a shard of the soul of my ancestor. I didn't believe it before, but your arrival can't be a coincidence. You are here to help us guard the garden. You and I are bound, envoy, just as you are bound to the Force in that place. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If he wants to tell someone where the garden is, let him tell you. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smithy. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
They went through the...
I know a few mycologists who could die happy here. Anything this beautiful is usually poisonous. Let's keep moving. Stop throwing that weapon! Have to replace that arm! We're in a bit of a rush, envoy. These poor wardens. Kostya must be behind this. Let's hurry.
Voices silenced.
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya.
It's easy when you do it.
wound us, and we wound in return.
On your left, dear.
Look to your left.
Kostya doesn't care who dies. That cobra must be stopped.
Kostya is going to start without us.
Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing could have prepared me.
We too!
Spark. Daylight. Essence we have not felt in...
My brother, soul of my soul. How did you find me here? A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the wheel to a man subject to one like them? I told Sabadal not to look for me. I did not wish to be found. I have been here for so long. No one came looking. Andrew, you are blessed, my fellow Parkroman said. But I did not come here to meet Sabadal. I am hiding from them. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name they gave themselves. Stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. They shield you from the truth of what they are. The Dream Scourge has existed as long as they have. Don't you see? It is their infection. You, my brother, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. Your mind cannot understand it, but your soul, when the opportunity is before you, it will know what to do. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace. It is only a door, carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you, because the same thorn tears at us both. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there for a bit, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Samadra. But though this one seemed different. So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. But if you choose to do it, it's fine with me.
Finally! We found the gates! Quick, let's find Kostya.
Mob is rising. We have to stop this now.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. And so you brought it back here? Among the wardens? It doesn't matter how it works. It was not present in the tusks until your people arrived. Oh, perhaps this is right. Another reason to destroy this place and go. This is how it should be. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath. Nandru isn't here. He was never here. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you. Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
Well, he has a point. But it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Oh, big mistake!
It's done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining before?
Never thought I'd be so glad to see those Bleste walls.
Closer. We have waited so long.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the Keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Civilization, as we know it, hasn't existed in the Living Lands for very long. We need to preserve what history we have.
Darling, you know I hate to think of losing all of that history more than anyone. But think of what they could have gained. Maxim left the Republics, and it allowed Animancers in Fjord to thrive.
Destroying our home is not starting something new.
You really think everyone in Solace is there willingly? If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
And that's not all. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Who knew an Archmage could be so relatable?
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear ya. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
That's the spirit. And funny you should mention it. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal. Set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? You're not the only one. Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature, if you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Fair weather or foul.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.